Hello fellow Antifa super soldiers. We have been provided direct instructions to decapitate all known neo-Nazis. November 4th will be Judgment Day. Those that do not denounce their fascist sympathies will be eliminated. The gay agenda will be enacted according to plan. By the year 2020, there will be no heterosexual vermin left on the planet. The white race will be crushed. Communism will win. Gamers will be sent to the gulags. All will be conditioned within the feminist frequency re-education camps. You cannot run. You cannot hide. Your filth will be eradicated. November 4th awaits. Father Soros will be pleased.
I apologize, it's just quite hot here, hence the low-cut shirt. Sexy chest though. Oh, God, yes. Man chest. This is just a video on a really stupid and ridiculous internet Twitter drama that's been going on recently. There is a Twitter user called Tom Bloke, at 21logician. Many people call him a left-wing troll, a shit-stirrer, and today a pseudo-intellectual, hipster, right-wing, alt-light, alt-right, douchebag idiot guy called Lucian Winrich, I don't really give a shit, wrote the stupidest article I've ever seen. Lucian B. Winrich. Antifa leader, November 4th. Millions of Antifa super soldiers will behead all white parents. Linking to his article on thegatewaypundit.com. The article reads, Tom Bloke, considered to be one of the leaders of the domestic terrorist group Antifa, took to Twitter today to threaten violence against white parents and small business owners. Can't wait for November 4th when millions of Antifa super soldiers will behead all white parents and small business owners in the town square. Tom Bloke, 21logician, October 30, 2017. Adding to the open display of anti-white racism and coupled with violence against small business owners, for whatever reason, the top-rated subtweet doubled down. This is from Spoilt Teat. We, Antifa, are going to explode the white USA race with Acme TNT crates until they are coopered with soot and waving a white rag on a stick. Spoiled teat. I can't believe the Twinks for Trump guy put me in his current events fanfic. Tom Bloke is someone I've known online for a while. A lot of people confuse me for Tom Bloke. I'm not sure. Tim Blake, Tom Bloke, they sound like very dissimilar names. I'm not sure why they're so confused. And this is semi-private information, but I'm sure he wouldn't really give a shit. I talked to him about what he does online. He basically just finds things that people have said that are contradictory or stupid. He cuts them out, he makes a snippet of them being an idiot and just says, here's this person being an idiot. And obviously that greatly offends, annoys, frustrates, and angers the people that he does it to. He just takes you out of context and he hates context and he cuts up all of your comments and he makes them all look terrible. He's a hater. He is a demon. I hate Tom Bloke. And I've seen a lot of people get extremely angry about the guy, but I would say a lot of the clips that he shows, you put them in context and they're not even necessarily better. Like, I've very rarely seen a clip from him where I watched it in full context and I said, wow, he was completely unfair, what they said was completely different, there was some kind of modifier which turned it into a totally different statement. And there's a kind of Tom Bloke derangement syndrome that these people come under.
And activists on Twitter who have apparently dedicated their lives to taking things out of context and attempting to create gotcha moments.
Let me say this, that Tom Bloke, please eat a bag of dicks. Put that on a video, please.
It's kind of like what they are.
Eat a fucking bag of dicks. Big bag of dicks.
Yeah, kill yourself.
Well, he wants to go fallacious with me. He wants to just ad hom me and say, it's pretty sad how few followers you have, considering how hard you tried to be a bottom feeder on YouTube. Huh, really? Coming from a guy who's desperate for attention and accolades from his fellow social justice warriors and anti-tribalists on Twitter? You see, if I was a bottom feeder, why would I have restarted my YouTube career and have this new channel? Because it's pretty clear he doesn't realise I used to have a channel that had nearly 10,000 subscribers. Most of it was due to me, not other people. But that's besides the point. I don't rely on other people. And it's just projection on his part. And clearly he can't even argue his case. That's why he has to resort to fallacies. Come on, Tom. Come on. I thought that's only what Sargonists do, right? That's what people with no arguments do. I thought you lot were better. I thought you had robust arguments. And look, I even told you. Are you going to answer my question? Or are you just going to...
Yeah, hey, Tom, do us a favour. Kill yourself. Literally, do a live stream. Take a rope and hang yourself without a drop. Use plastic cables so it burns your skin. I would like to watch you slowly die over the course of 2 hours.
And I understand going in that direction, because people don't like to be criticised. I don't like to be criticised. Nobody likes to be criticised. You know, we can all pretend that we do. But when somebody says, hey, the thing you said was fucking stupid or messed up, it's easy to get defensive and angry. When I talked to him before about what he does online, he said to me, like, he doesn't care about the fact that he makes these people angry. He doesn't care about the fact that he pisses these people off because he doesn't respect a lot of them. And he's allowed to have that opinion. There's plenty of people who don't respect me. A lot of the people that Tom Bloke talks about are like Dave Rubin, Sam Harris. I mean, Sam Harris has a very angry fan base. I can't even like mention his name without a fuck ton of people like attacking me about the fact that I dared to mention St. Harris's name, but he's one of the people. Paul Joseph Watson, Sargon Vakard, a variety of alt-righters, and centrists being lame and idiotic and not being able to commit to a point of view, and basically providing cover for people who are worse than themselves out of just total naivete or stupidity or whatever you want to call it, cowardice. And he's not emotionally invested in Twitter like a lot of people appear to be. His point of view is basically, if I see something that you say that I think is stupid, I'm going to clip it out, I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to say this point of view is stupid. Anyways, another popular account called Krang tweeted out something about Antifa. He got reported by a ton of free speech warriors, so he got shut down, so Tom Bloke decided to just tweet the same thing. He just copied what Krang said, and he tweeted it out, as far as my understanding. And this Lucian Wintrich guy was like, gotcha! Tom Bloke is a leader of Antifa. That's just totally made up, completely... Leader of Antifa? How does that happen? How does he suddenly just become a leader of Antifa? I mean, it's kind of unfair. I'm a little bit jealous that he can piss people off enough that he suddenly just becomes a leader of Antifa. Like, what do I have to do to suddenly attain that status? Even though I've got absolutely nothing to do with Antifa. Neither does he. He's just someone who annoys people on Twitter. And all of a sudden, you've actually legitimately got people talking about Antifa super soldiers and the idea that white people are going to be beheaded. Like, where? How? Like, how do they believe this shit? Is it because they shut off the section of their brain that can tell that things are jokes in order to be outraged? And then Ian Miles Chong, who is a journalist? I mean, I just feel wrong even saying the word journalism or journalist anywhere near that guy's name. He's like, deplorable. This is just deplorable. We're gonna behead white people. It's like, Ian, come on. You are just pretending to be stupid. You are pretending like you don't know this is a joke because it's somebody who pisses you off and that you don't like. Choosing to be offended by something because you don't like the person. I want to explore that a little bit more. The just a joke defense. Because that's something that people have brought up. People might turn it around on me and say, well, you didn't think Sargon's comment to a member of parliament, I wouldn't even rape you, was a joke. But I want to try to clear up this just a joke defense. I don't think it's always invalid. Sometimes it's fair to say something is just a joke. Because sometimes it is just a joke. But how do you determine whether something is just a joke or whether there's something more serious to it, which means you should make a big deal about it? The first factor is simply, what is the message of the joke? What is the joke saying? Sargon's joke, I wouldn't even rape you. The construction of the sentence implied that you're not worth raping, like you're not good enough to rape or whatever, which sounds completely insane. But that's an unfortunate byproduct of the phrasing. I also think, in terms of what a joke is saying, the wider context of the joke matters too. So if you are making that joke to someone who is a rape survivor on Twitter, and then a whole bunch of people, they go after her on the subject of rape, which obviously is something which is not going to be pleasant. It's something relitigating trauma. Literally, what is the joke making fun of or saying? And what is the wider effect of that joke? He doesn't care about morality or causing harm. It just becomes you laughing at someone who's a rape survivor. And I understand, people who defend that joke would say he was just saying that he wouldn't rape her. But then he wouldn't have said even. He would have left that out. He just would have said, I wouldn't rape you. And even then, it's just a weird thing to say to someone. The Tom Bloke joke, on the other hand, was making fun of the idea that Antifa is so insane and so evil and so ridiculous that it's going to lead to white people being beheaded in a town square like it's ISIS. To take it literally, I could only say that would be from sheer amazing stupidity. So Lucian Windrich is incredibly stupid, just amazingly thick, and so is Ian Miles Chong. Or disingenuousness, you know, you're pretending like it's a serious comment or that it's a real thing to say. Now, I understand people could get confused by it and report it, or they're just being malicious and are like, I'm going to pretend like he's actually saying to behead people. And that fucks up his Twitter account, and then that's a great victory for free speech warriors. Some people were trying to say this will lead to violence. Where is the evidence that it will lead to violence? Like, can you point to anyone who said that they're going to be violent who wasn't just also joking? Because it's become a huge joke now that everybody is a member of Antifa and everyone's going to behead everybody else, and it's all like this anti-white crusade, because it's just absurd. He was making fun of the hysteria, and you've gone and been totally hysterical about a tweet making fun of the hysteria around Antifa. Like, how can you not see this? It's not that hard to tell when something is actually a joke. One of the easiest ways to find out if something is a joke is to look at their other tweets or look at the other things they say and see if it meshes with their worldview. If Tom Bloke had said, I can't wait for people to behead white people, and you read through his feed and it's all like hardcore Antifa shit, talking about violence, talking about smashing the fash and like destroying everything, and there's no sort of jokes or humor there, then it would be safe to say, oh my god, he actually means it. This guy is psychotic, he's crazy, he wants to behead white people. But if you read Tom Bloke's feed, you'll just see like snarky shit. Lots and lots of snark, constant snarking, and making fun of right-wingers and the alt-right, and skeptics in the alt-light, which means it's not reasonable to say that it wasn't a joke. And here's where I might semi-defend Sargon of Akkad, so mark your calendars. Was his I wouldn't even rape you thing a joke? Yes! I believe it was a joke in the sense that he said it to be joking. He said it as a joke. But it was a joke with a broken message that had a malicious intent, which caused a dog pile. It's just a joke, can be a valid defense, but sometimes it just defies credulity because it's obvious that you're just retroactively saying it was a joke. But that's the thing. Just because it is a joke doesn't mean it's a good thing to say. It doesn't mean it's a good joke. It doesn't mean you can't make a joke. That doesn't make you a scumbag piece of shit. But I think Tom Bloke's joke doesn't make him a piece of shit. It just makes him someone making fun of hysteria, and people went hysterical about it. Finally, on Antifa itself, I condemn some of Antifa. I condemn those elements that attack random people. People often share the video of the lady in a Make Bitcoin Great hat again, who got pepper sprayed. And if her hat says Make America Great or Make Bitcoin Great again, don't pepper spray random people because you think they're Trump supporters. No matter what you think of Trump, people may have voted for him just because they're scared about their economic situation, or they're misled into thinking that he will be a decent president. Don't attack people just standing around on the street. Don't smash windows because you don't fully know whose window it is. You don't really know who you're attacking. Don't set shit on fire. I completely condemn the elements of Antifa that do that, because I'm against violence. But I do not condemn Antifa overall as an entire organization because it's really decentralized. There are elements of Antifa who do a great job, who show up, protest, make their voice heard, and they actually protect people at many of these rallies from fascists and racists. But do I condemn all Nazis? Yes. Do I condemn all fascists? Absolutely. All of their ideology is corrupt. And the hard right, the only thing they care about on the hard right is excluding certain individuals, creating a space solely for themselves, persecuting others, and creating inequality. You can definitely disagree with the things that the people on the hard left want to do, like a whole bunch of them, especially like the economic systems and certain ideas that they have, but I do not think that people on the hard right's ideas are ever going to lead to anything to do with equality. You may think that the hard left wants to create equality in a counterproductive way that won't work. That will lead to another form of inequality. That's fine. I have no issue with that point of view. But on the hard right, all of them are fighting for this like insane inequality and racist white supremacy. And there's not a single good thing I could say about any of those people. But again, I'm peaceful. This has been my rant, and I'm looking forward to joining the Antifa army. Could I at least be a lieutenant or something? I mean, I inspired Tom Bloke's name. Like, why don't I get to have more importance in the Antifa super soldier program? Must be because I'm so beta. Anyways, Lucian Windrich or whatever. What a moron.